Hi, this is Mr. Vandergriff, and this is lesson 3.2, Competitions in Ecosystems. So if you'd go ahead and get your Moon Jelly booklet and go to page 78. If you're on page 78 right here, you can kind of see the outline of the lesson. Unit question, why do populations change size in ecosystem? Chapter question, how can a population besides the zooplankton or the sea turtles have a cause on the moon jelly population to increase? We've got our key vocabulary, and we're going to be using a simulation tool in today's lesson. The learning intention: all students will understand that when populations compete for the same resource, a change to the size of one population will affect the size of the other population. Our success criteria is that you should be able to apply what you've learned from the jelly population explosion article from last lesson and apply it to a simulation to understand how resource competition works in a population. Now, here's our warm-up. You can find it on page 79. So go ahead and open to 79. What do you think would happen to the lion population if the hyena population increases in size? Assume that the populations were stable before this change. So go ahead and make a choice here, and then go ahead and respond right there. Go ahead and pause the video and respond to the warm-up. All right, hopefully you pause the video. I'm back. Let's go ahead and take a look. So hopefully you chose the lion population will decrease. And here's my response down here. But let me just explain that. So again, if the hyena population increases, they're going to need more of a resource population, which are the zebras. The zebra is the resource population. This is the consumer population. That's going to leave less zebra for this consumer population to eat of this resource population. Thus, we would predict or infer that the lion population would go down. Now on page 80, they ask you to reread the article. We're not going to reread the whole thing. So if you take a look right here, just the last 3 paragraphs of page D3. And as you read and annotate again, you want to be thinking of this question here. The sardines are not the jelly's resource population or consumer population, but they still cause the jelly population in northern Bangla to increase. How did this happen? So you're going to go ahead and go to the last page, which is D3. Right up here, it's titled Competition for Food, and there's 3 paragraphs. So as you're thinking about that question, I want you to really be looking at this detailed diagram here. You've got your zooplankton, your sardines, your jellies. Remember, these are consumer populations. This is the resource population, right? And then over here, this diagram shows an indirect effect of overfishing in northern Bangla, a jelly population increase. So again, study this here and keep both of these on your mind as you are reading over and annotating the last page of the article. So go ahead and pause the video and please reread over that last page of the article. All right, I'm back. Hopefully you paused the video, and let's go ahead and see what you came up with. Here is a response that I had. There were fewer sardines to eat the zooplankton, so there were more zooplankton for the jellies to eat. The jellies got more energy storage molecules to reproduce, leading to an increase in jelly bursts. This led to more bursts than deaths, and the jelly population increased. More zooplankton, more jellies. And again, you can get that explosion of population growth. All right, if you go ahead and jump over to page 81, we're going to get into our simulation right here. And so we've got some directions here and some of the procedures. So what I've done is I've made a quick little video to kind of review how to access the simulation and go through that. So go ahead and watch this video, short video. So I just want to remind you how to get to the sim on Amplified. So one, you get to Amplified Science through Clever. Then from there, you want to go to your populations and resources. Then from there we want to go to chapter 3. Then we're going to go to lesson 3.2, competition in ecosystems. We've already done all of this here. Let's go to the sim. And then from here, we want to go ahead and click on the sim here. And no, we're not using an iPad. And hopefully it should be running here real soon. And as I'm looking in the directions, it says open into sim, which we've done, and then it says go to 6 population mode. So not 3 intro, not 3 here, but go to 6. So go ahead and double click on that. And then what does it tell us? Let me zoom in here. Next, number 2, it says go to the food web overlay. So the food web overlay is right here. So I click on that. So again, let me just give you the details here. These are the green leaves. There's 121, 123 now. These are the energy storage molecules that are being transferred as the wee bug. 111 wee bugs are eating the green leaves here. There's their energy storage molecules. And again, we've got the furbill right here eating the wee bug. There's 43 of those with the energy storage molecules being transferred. Over here, we have the stingwing. There's 16 of those, and they are also eating the wee bug. And if we come over here, scalebeak, I think that one is, and there's 7 of those, and those are eating the furbills. And then right here, we've got the clawcat right here, and there. Alright, so I am back. Let's go ahead and take a little closer look. So hopefully that video helped in review. Now, complete the sentence using the words in the word bank. So the furbill population and the stingwing population compete for the wee bug population. Now, our sim mission here is to make a change to the furbills that will cause the stingwing population to increase. So again, let's take a look at what's going to happen here. So we're going to have those furbill population go down if we want to have an indirect effect on the stingwing population. So over here, we want to go ahead and put decrease. Okay? Now, for right here, I've taken all of these procedures here and put this in this little video here. So hopefully this video is going to help. We're going to run the simulation again, and I've made a little video. So I'll start that, I'll leave, and I'll come back. But hopefully you enjoy this. I'll walk you through the simulation instructions on page 82 of the booklet right here. Okay, so it says here that to launch the populations and resource sim with 6 populations. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And what I like to do, let me make this a little bigger. Alright. I like to kind of zoom in here a little. And the next thing it tells me to do is to let the sim run for 40. I'm going to pause this right here. 40 time units. It's 30 right now. So I'm going to go ahead and reset that. Yes, I want to reset it. And I'm going to let this run to 40. So I hit that. But also, so you can make it go a lot faster by going twice as fast like this till it hits 40. So see how it kind of speeds things up. And right when we hit 40, we've stopped it. Okay, so then the next thing it's going to ask me to do is it says to make a change to the furbills that you've selected above. Well, and above we said that we were going to decrease the population of the furbills. So we come over here, look at the furbills here, and we're going to go ahead and decrease those from 34. I'm going to, the more of the change, you're going to see more of a change in the graph. So I'm going to go down to 3. I'm going to lock that. Got that. And I'm going to go ahead and close that. Now let's see what it tells us to do. Yeah, it does say, remember, the bigger a change will cause a bigger effect. And then also you can lock the furbill population, which we've done. Now press play and let the sim run for another 100 minutes. So here we go. And again, I'm having it go twice as fast. And I'm going to be zooming in here. So I can see a furbill here and here and here. I've got 3 furbills. Remember, I decreased it from 34 to 3. You're going to see the effect that has on the population. of the stingwings. So I'm going all the way up to 140. Well, it's 141. That's okay. I mean, even if it goes to 145, it's not a problem. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and turn this back to 1. And then the next thing it tells us to do is go to Analyze, which is up here. Here's Run. Here's Analyze. And then from there, it asks us to look at the range window, which is right here, and observe the population sizes after the change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning. And even if I drag this over, I can see at the beginning of my simulation, we had 35 furbills, and the stingwings we had 18. Okay, so I'm going to let this run right until it hits 40. Right when it hits 40 is right when I manually lowered it, right? So I lowered them down to 3, from 34 to 3. Now what we want to do is look at the stingwing population. We want to look at the other population, see what's happening. So let's go ahead and run it. So stingwing right here's 15, 20. So it's increasing slowly. Let's see what we end up with at 140. 28, 30, 30. So at 28. So right here running this, we have 28 stingwings. So let's back up here and just kind of take a look at what's happening here. So again, we've got 34. We drop it here, and then stingwings are at only 13. But stingwings end up at 28. So their population increased. Let's see what else happened. Once we drop the furbills here, look what starts to go up, the wee bugs. Because furbills are eating the wee bugs. So there's less furbills, there's going to be more wee bugs. They increase. They increased all the way to 210. But if there's more wee bugs, what are they going to be eating? They eat green leaves. So if you take a look at that, the green leaf right about here starts to drop down from 99. So the population of those plants starts to decrease and then kind of level off here. So there's a lot of things, cause and effect, that's taking place here. But we really want to focus on, we lowered the furbills from 34 to 3. And that increased the population of the stingwings. So hopefully this analysis was helpful. Alright, so let's see here. Let me go to my next thing. I'm back, got a little snack. Hopefully that video was helpful. So let's take a look. After the change, the wee bugs increase. That makes sense. The stingwings increase as well. So now it's asking, explain why. So here's my response I put here. By lowering the furbills population, this caused the less wee bugs to be eaten. Now there are more wee bugs for the stingwings to eat, giving them more energy storage molecules to reproduce more. With more reproduction, the stingwing population will increase. Now let's move on over to page 83. Kind of review again here. Alright, we are on page 83, and we're going to be thinking about indirect effects. What do you think would happen to the lion population if the hyena population increases? Assume that the populations are stable before this change. Again, hyena goes up. What do you think is going to happen? So hopefully you chose that the lion population would decrease. And again, very similar to at the beginning, we talked about this response here. Hyena goes up, eating more of the consumer resource, less for the lions. Lion population would decrease. And last, I just want to give you a little help on your homework. So if you take up here, in class, we increased the stingwing population by changing the furbill population. Now you're going to do the antithesis, the opposite. Now you will make a change to the furbill population that will cause the stingwing population to decrease. So again, let's take a look here. You're going to obviously have to increase the furbill to get the stingwing to decrease the population. So, whoops. Go ahead. That's good. go ahead and pause the video and do your homework. Pause the video, do your homework. All right? No, really. Pause the video, come back, and then we'll review the homework. Thanks. All right, I'm back. So, I created this little video up here explaining the homework. So here we go. I think we're going. Oh, here we go. Now we're ready. All right, last I wanted to go over your homework, investigating competitions in the sim. And that's on page 84. So it says to open up the sim, which we've done right here. And what I always do, see how it says time? It's already been 5. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that. And then yes, clear it. And then I'm going to pause it right there. So it says launch the population and resource sim and run it for 40 time units. So we're going to go ahead and do that for 40. Remember the little trick here? Just kind of speed it up till we get to 40. Alright. And let's see if we can get it right. 40, yep. And then again, I'm going to zoom in here so I can kind of see what's going on. Alright. Now this time what we want to do, it says, is we want to increase the furbill population, which we believe will cause the stingwing population to decrease. So we're going to try to prove that with the simulation. So I'm going to go over here, and with the furbills we got 25, so I'm going to go ahead and just see how high I can get that. Now take a look here. Zoom in. I'm adding a lot of furbills here. This is alright. Wow, they are everywhere. They are multiplying like furbills. Here we go. Let's see how high we can get this. I'm at up to 100. I'm going to lock that. I'm going to close this window, and then it says to run it for another 100 time units. So there we go. We're speeding up another 100 time units. See a lot going on here. And again, what's cool is if you go here and you slow it down, you can actually see the storage energy molecules getting smaller or larger. But I'm too impatient. I'm going to speed this up again. And we're going to go all the way to 140. Let's see how close we can get to 140. And there we go. Bam, got it. Alright, then the next thing it says for us to do is go to the Analyze and use the range window to observe the population sizes after the change. So there we go. Analyze. So let's go all the way back. And we're looking at furbills, we had 35, and sting wings, we had 18. So let's move it right here. Right when we changed it, bam, we went all the way up to 100, and then the sting wings right here are 13. So let's see, sting wings are now 12, 13, 15, 15, 13, 12, 11, 16. So we end up with the sting wings right here at 16, furbills are 100. Okay? What did we start with the sting wings? Sting wings 18. Looks like the population dropped by how many? Let's go all the way. All the way. Started out at 18, dropped to 16, it dropped by 2. Right here. There's a lot going on here. Let me take a look. Let's see here, when the furbills increased here, then you can see that these wee bugs are going down because those furbills are eating those wee bugs, and that population dropped, kind of dipped here, causing this, what was that, the green leaves to go up. Alright, so hopefully that was helpful. Alright, so let's go back over, just a reminder, make sure you're wearing that mask when you're out in public, right? So we can just keep our social distancing and you hopefully get that virus to burn out completely, right? The COVID-19. All right, anyway, back to the lesson. Yeah, I can't see. Let me get these glasses on here. Let's take a look. So this is what I came up with for homework. Hopefully this helps here. Is by increasing the furbills population, this caused more wee bugs to be eaten. Now there are less wee bugs for the sting wings to eat, giving them less storage energy molecules to reproduce. With less reproduction, the sting wing population will decrease. So, hopefully that lesson video walkthrough was helpful, and I will see you on the next one.